everybody, and welcome to the newest indoor adventure in What Lies Below, Part 7, as part of our Four Keeps adventure. We are... sorry. There was a hype train that occurred in my chat, and it startled me.
It startled me as well.
Today is January 20th, 2020, and you are loved. We feel like that is a very important way to start each and every single one of our adventures because it is probably one of the most important things that you can hear. However, if you feel like perhaps this game is also important, consider going to youtube.com/indooradventures. Check out our VODs. We also have audiocasts go up wherever audiocasts are available, except for Podbean. So I'm sorry for all of you Podbean listeners who are on the lookout for us. You just won't be getting new content. But you can find us other places, so that's always cool. Other than that, we have once again reopened our merch store under indooradventure.redbubble.com. We got all sorts of stuff. We got stickers, we got t-shirts, we got mugs, we got shower curtains, we have hoodies, and even pants. There's everything at our Redbubble store, so consider going there to check that out. We also have a Patreon set up, so that way we have an after show called Nights in the Courtyard where we answer questions not only from the community but also from each other. And lastly, we're having a giveaway going on right now. So basically we got 420 followers on Twitch, so I wanted to have a meme-based giveaway. So we're having our Blaze It bundles. You can win the Descent into Avernus Collector's Edition book, as well as the Collector's Edition dice that came out with it, or you can get the Tyranny of Dragons Collector's Edition book. That's basically 2 books in one, and let's be honest, who doesn't love Tiamat? So, that is it for my spiel. Hey RJ, who you playing tonight?
Hey everybody, I'm RJ, and I'm playing Caelum, the Shatterkai Wizard Cleric.
Hi everyone, I'm LBHackEmUp, and I'm playing Gwen, the Halfling Barbarian Fighter.
Hi! I'm Cyber, and I play Arjan, the Dragonborn, or Draconian Blood Hunter Cleric. Praise Queen.
Hey everybody, I'm Wings, also known as Danae Keener, and I'm going to be playing Coriander, the Eldrin Paladin.
And I'm Jordan, with a silent PH in the middle, and I'm playing Ristel, the Drow Priest.
And
who does not have an actor feat.
Just that we know about.
Or does he?
And tonight, I am the Indoor Adventurer, and I shall be your Dungeon Master. So, let us recap just a little bit before we head into things. So, upon the start of last session, Arjan, you and an old foe of yours ended up locking eyes, and you believed that you had to battle. However, Kodeth said that he wanted to get paid first, and that you guys could settle your blood feud as soon as the job was finished, much to your chagrin. You guys then spent some time doubling back, and going through a series of tunnels, you managed to find your way into the fire giant stronghold that had recently opened up. Upon exploring around, you found a large mushroom field, and then you began to investigate the homes of the giants, as well as the holy shit Levi Phipps. Thank you so much for all them biddies. And you also went to a fire giant house where you began searching around as well. You ended up seeing more and more of these metallic structures that were roughly humanoid sized, and they all had a smooth side facing towards what appeared to be a giant doorway that had been built with no exit on the side wall of the fire giant stronghold. After defeating a dire troll and alerting it thusly via throwing Caelum's familiar out of a window, you all then decided that you were going to continue exploring around as Gwen and Caelum got a little bit of rest, as Gwen, the fight with the dire troll, had left you in dire straits. Cori, you and Arjan crossed over the bridge to check out the foundry, and upon looking inside of the foundry, were startled to see that there was a floating head that had eye stalks, many of them just meandering through this foundry. It then locked its eye upon you, Cori, as you had gotten Not quite enough on a stealth check to really dissuade its presence, and the two of you, Arjan and Cori, began to run. This creature continued to follow you, and Cori, you ended up using your Eladrin ability to teleport Arjan past the edge of the bridge before you ended up falling victim to the charm effect of this beholder. As it had asked you to be its pet and to come back with it, you decided, okay, and turned around and began walking towards this creature, no longer feeling threatened by it, and instead, in your charmed vision, it just looked like a rather dashing beholder, all things considered. Caelum, you used a fly spell to get a better look at the situation as a whole, and Arjan, you heard a psst, psst by a drow man who was trying to get you to get out of harm's way, seeing that you were heavily injured before your encounter with the beholder. It was at that point, Arjan, that you felt magical energies wash over you as this person compelled you to try and get closer. And we ended last session, Arjan, as you began walking towards this figure, saying, "Try that again, bitch," as eldritch energies began to crackle in the palm of your hand. So, Ristel, what does Arjan see as he is walking towards you imposingly?
I'm a drow. Ristel is a drow. He's got long green robes, and he's got an oversized, like, leather tome of a book that is pretty much looks like a backpack, but when you actually look at it, I mean, it's held onto his back with leather straps, so he's wearing it like a backpack, but it's this giant, like, old book that's sitting on the back of his back. And on the center of it is a giant eye in that book. And he looks frustrated as Arjan comes forward, knowing that his spell failed, and he's just trying to help these poor people, but they won't listen to him because of they hate the drow. But not all drow bad. You gotta just go with it.
All right, so Arjan, describe to Jordan what Ristel sees approaching him at this point.
So this 7-foot dragon man,
Tail, wings.
tail, small wings, but they're there. Is looking at you with the not angriest expression, just like, really? He's not angry, he's disappointed. But as he's looking forward with that eldritch energy cracking in his hand, he looks back over at his Eldrin friend, who is doing what?
Eldrin friend, as you have arrived to meet this beholder, once you got within about 60 feet or so of it, you actually felt your feet lift off of the ground as it used a telekinetic ray to lift you up, and is just looking at your armor glisten in the glow of the magma river, and it is currently laughing to itself, spinning around in a circle, just moving you with it, as it seems to just kind of be twirling, looking at its new pet.
She's gonna wave at the beholder. Just, hi!
This beholder seems happy. Oh my goodness, you're all being ridiculous with the subs right now. Thank you so much. Levi Phipps, thank you for all of the gift subs. JD, thank you for the gift subs.
So I have a question.
There are so many bits.
He's overwhelmed. I have a question.
Yes.
So, like, I recognize him as a friend, but do I also recognize that I'm still friends with my friends, and his friends and our friends are not friends? Like, do I understand that he's, like, still a danger to my friends?
That's correct.
Okay, so, like, I'm just gonna be kind of trying to distract him, as it were, and then, like, as I'm, like, you know, like, flipping around when I'm turned around and I'm facing Arjan again, and I'm like, oh, hi there. Well, it's very good to see you, my good friend. Do you like flowers? I like flowers.
Sorry, Koss just sub-bombed in the chat. Thank you, Koss, for all of these subs. This is... You're all too much. And I
Jordan, what do you
appreciate
bring to our game? What the hell?
It's that pH magic.
Yeah, I guess.
So,
Yes, nothing like the silent.
oh my god, JD, thank you as well. There will be no game today. It will just be thanks.
It'll just be the hype train.
We'll just be
hype.
reacting.
All right, so Caelum, you see Cori mouthing to all of you to run. From your position up in the sky, it seems like this beholder is currently distracted with its new pet. And Ristel, you know, having survived in this stronghold for, at this point, around 5 days, that the troll was considered this creature's pet. Or at least this creature, this beholder, considered the troll to be its pet. And now that the group before you seems to have removed that pet, it wants a new one. And you hear it cackling to itself, sorry. Saying, calling Cori a name in deep speech of Scheipel Breiklin. And it just seems like it is garbled words from a happy beholder. All right. So,
Gwen is drawing her weapon. She's like, is it hurting her? Are we...
I think he likes pets. Mr. the Dragon, you've got the crackling energy. I assume you can launch that energy bit. How are you good? Are you good at throwing rocks?
That's my job. I'm the rock thrower in this.
All right. Well, if we hit her in the head, there's a chance she might come out of the spell. But you have to hit your friend very hard in the head with a rock.
I'm sorry. Who are you? Are we in combat? Are we in combat? Hold on. Are we in combat right now?
Let us set the scene a little bit. So, Ristel, you and Arjan were towards the bridge of the city. Gwen, you and Caelum were about 300 feet or so back, more towards the city. So, looking out, Gwen, you can see that Arjan is currently talking to this drow figure, or at least staring over them imposingly, and they seem to be trying to speak reasonably to your angered dragon man friend. Meanwhile, Cori is up in the air, seemingly to just float around, and you watch as the creature just turns and begins taking Cori into the foundry, or at least towards it.
How far is it away?
It is at this point 90 feet away.
Y'all want to be in combat?
I don't know does Gwen know what this is?
Gwen, you are also again 300 feet away. So Arjan, are you yelling at Gwen to say this?
No, he's just pulling out his crossbow.
Okay.
Gwen holds her axe and starts walking forward. Caelum, what the fuck is going on?
I don't know. Cori's getting taken away. Arjan's talking to... He's gonna fly over to Arjan and this drow man.
Let me know when you need me to roll.
Okay. Are you making an attack towards this creature?
Yes.
Okay. Make an
Which
attack.
creature?
Well, Caelum is currently flying down to meet with Arjan and the drow man. And Arjan, I believe, is going to attempt to be attacking the beholder.
Yes.
Okay, so make an attack roll towards said beholder.
as Caelum comes flying over to me, I say, Darmuk and Jalad at Tanagra. Nah.
Can I try and intercept this attack?
God damn it.
Make a deck save, Cori.
It's
Okay.
a 17.
Ooh, yes. $22.
Okay, so this bolt looks like it is about to hit towards this beholder, and then Cori's body just seems to like float into the way as Cori shoots this very worried look towards you, Arjan, and the bolt just glances off of the side of her plate mail.
So nobody's taking damage.
Nobody has
Nobody's
taken damage.
All right.
Go.
So, Caelum, you see that Cori is mouthing, go, run, and Arjan, looking very wounded, is currently still trying to face off against this beholder. And a drow man has just spoken very odd words to you.
Same to you too, sir. And he jumps and grabs Arjan's arm. We are not fit enough to take on anything else right now.
You want to leave Cori?
I'm
Is
not
that
sitting
really
here-
what you want to do?
No. We gotta regroup and rethink the situation because we're all gonna die.
Guys,
And Cori's the only person who can revive people. So I don't know how you want to play this, Arjan, but I don't have a death wish anymore.
Mr. Shatter Kai dude, is that thing gonna hurt Cori?
And Gwen is currently directing her questioning towards you, Ristel. She seems to not know the difference between you and this other flying elf that just showed up.
Ristel looks behind him, kind of like, are you talking to me?
Yes.
I think she's
Oh, well, I mean, it's a very deadly creature, but it enjoys pets. The troll was its pet earlier, but I think you took care of that. And so odds are they won't kill your friend, or it won't kill your friend because it wants to have an alive pet. But I'm not sure what and Cori, what are you? You're a elf or?
I'm an Eladrin.
Yeah, I'm not sure what those surface elves eat, so I might not survive well.
But it's not gonna hurt her like now.
Well,
Like,
it
we-
seems pretty happy, and I like gesture over, and the beholder's doing whatever the beholder's
The
doing.
beholder is laughing to itself, and you can see that like its eye is closed, but in that raised sort of way that it is emoting a happier face. And it seems to be kind of laughing to itself as it takes Cori into the foundry.
But I do believe that we should. I mean, if you throw just a good rock at her head, she might come out of the charm that they put on her. And a good rock always solves the situation. Yes.
And yes, it does. Are we gonna have to fight that thing right now then?
Oh, absolutely. Most likely, yes.
Okay, so we're if she's okay, let's like I don't run away from a fight, but let's just put it on pause because I hurt.
So you're running away. That's what I.
No, that's not what. No, who are you?
Ristel again. Hello, nice to meet you.
Ristel. You live here?
No, I live in one of the drow cities close by.
Oh well, you live here now. Just kind of a cave-in. Oops.
Wait, what?
That's fine. There's another way.
I'm gonna start pushing the group into one of the houses.
I'm Gwen.
Nice to meet you.
Okay.
We go. I go.
So Arjan, Caelum is
Yeah, we're
maneuvering,
going.
Yeah, everyone into one of these mini vacant houses, and as you all find your rest, or at least a space away, you realize at this point that you're probably safe. This creature doesn't seem to be pursuing after you.
All right. Well, thanks for the word of warning, sir. Just a question. Are you one of the bad drow or are you one of the good drow?
I mean, I guess that's all like a matter of perspective, because some drow might see me as good, some might see me as bad. You might see me as good, you might see me as bad.
Are you on our side?
What side are you on?
Do you work with Codeth?
Work with who?
It's fine. Actually, might want to inside check him.
Okay. Bristol, you've never heard this name a day in your life, so you don't need to roll anything.
Thank you, Sarah, for the dice tray that I completely missed. 3, 5.
Seems like he's hiding something. Obviously hiding something.
Don't like this.
Are you gonna try and hurt us?
Oh no, absolutely not. And, in
Okay,
fact,
good,
you
because I can break your leg with my fingers.
and it would heal back.
We wouldn't let it.
Anyways, what I'm saying is, don't fuck with us, and we won't fuck with you. Okay?
Oh, there will be no fucking. Yes, none of that.
All right, good.
You probably need my help just as much as I need yours. I believe we can come to some kind of a compromise. Your friend is in danger. We need to take down this beholder, and I need help getting into this fortress.
Okay.
What?
For whom?
For whom?
Yes.
For the Elder Eye.
That.
Religion check?
Yeah, make a religion check.
Blood Hunter bullshit?
Are you proficient in religion?
No. I'm a cleric.
22.
I would say this is outside the spectrum of Blood Hunter.
Okay.
Yeah, because it's not Fey Fiend or Undead. But with a 22, you would have heard about the Elder Eye. Ristel, would you like to inform Caelum about the Elder Eye?
Sure. He's great. He's like the one true god that we all love. I know you guys are in love with him just as much as I am. You just haven't realized it yet. He goes by many names: that which lurks, the one below, the all-seeing eye, the Elder Eye. I've got a list. I could actually read some more off if you guys are interested. So.
No, we are not.
And he pulls off his book and he's like,
Okay,
the Lord of Slime,
All right.
the one true God.
Are you a cleric? Is this another cleric thing? We already have a couple of those. We don't need more of that nonsense.
Well,
Thank
I'm
you.
a priest, yes.
Caelum, you know that the Elder Eye is the god of oozes within the Underdark.
Oh. Would I know their portfolio?
Not with a 22.
Cool.
You have a general idea based off of Underdark Drow God of Ooze.
So, Underdark Drow God of Ooze. Got it.
I mean, it's like in simple terms, but
I'm
I would
paraphrasing.
never call him like that because it doesn't show his true colors of his magnificence that is the Elder Eye, yes.
Huh? So why do you want the thing?
Your friend is odd. Why do I want the thing? Is that
Why do you want in the thing?
Oh, well,
What does your god of the sticky icky want with this?
I've not heard that one. But and so again, I would not refer to my god as that, and kind of insulting. But we'll move past it because I'm trying to help. I'm a good guy. There's an artifact lost in, I believe, my house believes it is lost in the foundry. And I have been out here for many weeks, circling it, hiding, trying to find a way in. But that troll and that beholder have prevented me from gaining access.
And which house is this?
That would be...
That's just your last name.
Yeah, house... I don't know how to pronounce my last name. That's the fun part. House Blabberan.
That's not the same one that was threatening us, right?
No, it's
No.
Latreshiok. That was ours.
It's a small house. We're not a very powerful house, but we're respectable.
Is that like a tribe? Are we talking about like a tribe?
Total
Like
like
a
a
house?
tribe, yeah.
Cool.
All right. Everyone take an hour, 30 to an hour. And he pulls off his pack and there's a book. There's another book. There's another book that just comes out. I'm going to do some reading.
Cool.
And seeing that he has so many little books, I take my one giant large book and like sit it down next to him and just start reading as well. I'm like, oh, two can play at this game.
Oh no.
Yeah. You want to measure
The one
whose
for-
book is
No.
bigger?
It
No,
doesn't
no.
matter how big your book is. It's just how much knowledge is in it.
All right. So as the two of you
That's not
are comparing comparing the girth of your ledgers, we're going to switch over. Cori, you are being brought into this foundry, and you are just being held up by this beholder's eye beam, and you can tell that it seems to be enjoying having you around. Make a perception check as you are kind of floating.
It's nice to be appreciated. Cori's just telling him stories about all of the time that she spent with her friends. Perception check? 7.
Okay. With a 7, you see that this hallway extends into a T shape that you had seen before, and then in one direction you see that there are 2 doors for an opening, and then in another direction is a turn for this hallway. But because you are kind of floating around, you don't really know which direction's which, and it seems to just kind of take you around, and you feel the space around you just getting warmer, which is nice. All things considered, as being a revenant for a while, you weren't able to feel the warmth, but now it's definitely heating up. And this creature takes you down through this hallway into a large open room. And inside of this room, at the very back wall, you can see the magma river that had been diverted into the foundry. And you see that there are 4 separate anvils that are sized for creatures that stand typically around like 18 feet tall. This anvil is about your height, and to the very back of the room, on this small island across from this diverted river of magma, you can see an even larger anvil that is set up. And in one corner of the room, you see an opening that leads into yet another room. Across the room to your right, you can see that there are like bookshelves that have been toppled over, and this creature is sort of just tossing you up and down with its telekinetic eye, seeming to just be playing with you. And at that point, you see that there is it's like a barrel, but this barrel is much bigger than you would expect it to be, and it is made of solid stone. And as you are being tossed up near it, looking over, you can see that there is a liquid tension to this to whatever rests inside of this barrel. But the top is the auburn reddish orange color that you would recognize as like fall leaves to be. And this creature, as you're taking looks at it, actually is bringing you over towards it. And when you are near it, it actually it looks up at you, and it says something and kind of like shakes its head a little bit as it barks towards you in this deep speech language, and then dunks you into the water several times.
Oh, shit.
And
Okay.
Thank God she's not cursed anymore.
Yeah. It turned out to be water. That's good.
Yes, well, it's more of an oil
gross.
at this point. And you realize that this orangish color at the top is actually the result of rust flakes from old metal that seems to have just been residing. Like, this was one of the cooling pools that was used for the forging process of new weaponry.
Interesting. Okay.
And it then pulls you back up out of this oil and is looking at you, and then it brings you in closer to it, and you can see that it is inspecting your personage.
Mm-hmm.
And at one
Can I
point,
boop its nose?
huh?
I know it doesn't have a nose, but can I boop the space between its eye and its mouth?
Yes.
I
And
boop.
as you do, its big eye looks down, and all of the other eyes look down at the space that you have booped onto its nose, and you hear it starting to breathe, and then that breathing quickens, just and it just shrieks, looking down at it, and it flings you.
Oh!
As soon as you touch it, and make a dexterity check.
18.
Okay. So it flings you, and with your 18, you see yourself sailing towards this magma river, and you realize that you are going to be heading almost directly into it.
Okay. Is there anything I can do about this? Yes, there is. There is absolutely something I can do about this. Cool. Yeah. Okay. I'm going to use a Misty Step because I have one of those.
Okay. All right. So you manage to Misty Step back down onto the ground, and the beholder has put his face, or rather its face, onto the ground and is seeming to roll back and forth, trying to get this smudge off of where you had booped it. You are still covered in this ancient oil, but it seems to be preoccupied with whatever has been done unto it.
Is it actually did it actually harm it? Oh, follow-up question.
Yes.
I need to it's when you take damage, isn't it? Never mind.
For the charm.
I did intercept that Arjan shot, but that wouldn't have done anything.
Yes, it is when you take damage.
Okay.
And with a telekinetic ray, or not the telekinetic, sorry. The charm. Yes, so it is just for an hour or until the beholder charms you.
Oh, okay. In that case, Cori's gonna she'll Misty Step immediately through the air, just down onto the ground, immediately below her. And then she'll start walking up to him just like, "Oh, I'm sorry. Are you okay? Did you get a smudge on your snoot? I'm sorry."
And as you go to put your hands on it again, it begins to shriek and recoils from this physical contact. It does not seem to like this one bit. And it is going to look at you with a very angry eye, and all of the other ones kind of swarm up onto the top as well. I need you to make a dexterity save for me.
Fuck. Natural 20.
Okay. So it still has not harmed you, and you just sort of step out of the way as this disintegration ray just drills a hole through the ground in this large tunnel.
Cori, completely oblivious to the danger, just puts her hands behind her back. She's like, "All right, you don't like being touched. I understand. Okay, we won't do any touching. No touching. Absolutely not. I'm sorry."
And as you say no touching, it seems to follow up with no. Does not is trying to drill into you that it does not like physical contact.
She just nods. No touching. Do you like flowers? I can make flowers.
And it just sort of looks at you quizzically.
She's going to cross her legs and sit down and start meditating.
Okay.
How long does it take to enter spring form?
That is a short rest, but you are currently in spring form.
I dropped
okay.
I dropped to revenant form when it hit me with the necrotic beam.
Okay. It usually takes an attempt of a short rest.
All right. She's going to do that.
Okay. So, you are getting your short rest in, and the rest of you are currently having a reading competition in this abandoned room. Gwen and Arjan, what are the two of you doing?
Probably having an argument about if or when we should go back.
Arjan is stressed. And it has no bearing on the fact that Connor is also stressed. But I mean, he's just like fine. Yeah, like he seems defeated, but like he'll at least let everybody else get their rest.
I just need a refresh, okay? Like, if we're gonna go save Cori, I assume this thing is big and scary because it kind of looks big and scary.
Yes.
What is it?
It's an alien.
It's an what?
It's
Is it from the Dark Star?
Well, it's an aberration. I don't really know much more than that, but I mean, it has all the makings of an aberration.
Is that like a ghost?
But no, it's like an alien. It's from like another dimension.
Oh, like another plane?
Yeah.
Solid. They're big and scary though.
Yeah.
They do lots of damage.
Well, I don't know about this particular one, but it seemed impressive.
Why did it have so many eyes?
Because it's from one of those planes that doesn't make a lot of sense, I guess.
Magic bullshit, I got it. Does it like sit on you or does it do magic-y stuff? I mean, I know it did magic-y stuff, but does it? We don't know. Okay. Just hit it hard.
Yeah, I guess I don't have a lot of experience fighting this. I had to read up on it. It was things like this are bad.
Okay.
And it has our friend.
But our friend is safe. She glances over at the drow.
He's like pretending to read his book, but really looking over the wizard's shoulder, trying to get like more of his books and see like, well, what has he got in there? And like trying to see if it's a spell book or whatever he's reading.
Caelum has like 5 different books open. He's flipping through one, doesn't find what he needs. Mage hands another one over, and then flips through that one. And he's looking for information on what this might be.
This creature?
Yeah.
Make an Arcana check.
Okay, cool. 16, 6 is 22 again.
Okay. So with a 22, you would know that this creature is called a beholder. And what it is that it is, as Arjan so aptly put it, it is an alien creature. Nobody really knows the origins of these beings, other than that they just show up from time to time. They are definitely not from this realm, as is apparent by their overall look and features, and the fact that it is just eye and mouth. You're not even like, it has all those teeth, but you're not even sure if it eats. And you know that each of the eyes along its back that sort of grow out of it are all responsible for a different kind of magic. It doesn't seem like it necessarily abides by the standard laws of magic, so it's not like one eye is evocation, one eye is transmutation. They just seem to exhibit a multitude of different magical properties from those eyes.
So it's basically like magic roulette. You don't know what you're gonna get.
It's just a magnificent beast. I mean, if we could subdue it and use some of the eye stalks for magical ingredients,
By subdue, you mean kill, right?
Oh, absolutely, yes. We should kill it.
All right,
yeah.
cool.
Good.
So
Also,
like you're down here because you want to go in there for the beast or for the why?
Oh, I'm searching for a relic for my house, an artifact.
Oh, right. You said that.
Yes.
What is it?
Well, it's a beholder. It's a large flying eye thing. I think Caelum
the
explained it well
artifact.
enough, but
Oh, it is. Okay, all right. I'm sorry.
The artifact you're looking for.
the artifact. Sorry. Yes. Yeah. Okay, we're on the same page. I'm sorry. Your surface dialect is just a little odd to my ear. There was a member of my order many generations ago that lost this great artifact, and his name was Kirzin, and it's we refer to it as Kirzin's blessing, and I'm looking for it to return it to my house in my order.
What's it look like?
That's the peculiar thing, is it can take many forms. So, but I'm pretty sure I'll know it when I see it.
Okay. So your God of Eyes thing sent you down here or up here. I don't know where it is relatively to you.
Here.
To
Sorry.
find an object
Mm-hmm.
that you don't know what it looks like.
No, not really. I mean, I can change shape and things. So.
Or anything else. Just okay.
I mean,
right, great.
Yeah. Okay, I'm glad we're all on the same page. This is nice.
I'm glad all the gods are equally big.
Yeah. Ristel,
Yes.
what did you say to me when we first met?
Oh, that was I closed that tab on my browser, so I don't actually have the exact words, but it was a reference to the Star Trek episode we were telling before we started the actual episode streaming. So
You're gonna hurt Arshawn. Stop.
The Black Dragon Man is just bleeding out of his nose.
but we'll say it was some deep speech. I was hoping that I might entice you over with some darker speech. Get you out of harm's way.
Have you met any Shadarkai?
I don't know. I don't think so. I've not left the Underdark.
Are we in the Underdark right now?
Yes.
Yeah.
No, we're just underground.
Underground is the Underdark.
Well, if you go deep enough.
Right.
There's a border. White chalk outline. Anyway, we have to save Cori.
Oh yes, your friend. She's probably in a lot of danger. I mean, she's.
What? I thought you said she wasn't. That's why we're here.
Well, potato. You guys were all very adamant on resting, and so does anyone need healing? Can I help you?
Have we been taking a short rest?
Yeah, you guys will have been taking a short rest during this time.
Gwen is like, what? Stupid fucking priest.
I heard that. I'm in the room. I just.
Yeah, I don't care. Sorry.
So from what we saw so far, one of the eyes can at least charm. One of the eyes can punch a hole through solid matter.
Avoid that one.
Avoid that one. And then another one can control the gravity of a person.
Sounds about right. Yeah. Magnificent beast, isn't it? He's just got a huge grin on his face. Like, this is so cool.
God, I'm getting Cursed Strahd flashbacks. It's Vic all over again.
No.
Suddenly Rodden.
So yes, you guys can take a short rest, regain spell slots, regain HP, do all of that fun stuff that you would normally do during this time. And Cori, you are also taking a short rest. It is going to continue its charm ray on you. So make another wisdom save at disadvantage.
At disadvantage?
Yes, because she's already charmed.
Say 12.
Does your
Oh, shit,
say ancestry?
Yeah, just do it.
Oh, yeah, so it'd be flat.
All right.
Yeah.
Well, we'll do that again.
Okay. Once more, but with feeling.
Once more, but with feeling. How's about? Oh God, simple math.
Your weakness.
My one weakness. 19.
Okay. You are no longer charmed by this beastie as you come out of your meditation. And you can refill spell slots all you want. Or not spell slots, sorry. Refill your
Spend hit dice.
HP. And then make a wisdom check as you were switching to spring form.
Okay. 14.
You remain in revenant form.
All right. And I still remember everything that's happened. I realized that
it
I've
doesn't
been charmed,
wipe your
correct?
memory. You feel like this asshat charmed me.
I'm going to pretend to still be charmed.
Okay.
Do you have the actor feat? I don't.
I could. I could just be acting like I don't.
Oh.
This is Patrick Stewart all over again.
But yeah, like
acting.
Acting. So, well, I guess it depends on how well this deception roll goes. Cori is just kind of sitting there meditating, and then all of a sudden her eyes just kind of snap open, and then she like looks around like, oh no. And like she's going to kind of like glance over at the beholder. Is it like just watching her this entire time?
Oh yeah.
Or
You promised it flowers.
any minute now? And then she just closes her eyes again. Like, hurry, guys.
So there I was, barbecue sauce on.
No, we're not doing that again. All right, so you have taken a short rest, and Ristel, during this time, you have also noticed that Caelum has his familiar is a small marionette figure that looks like it just seems to follow him without him having to use any kind of puppeteering skill.
Do I recognize that this is the Find Familiar spell, or is it like a magic item, or?
The way that it's functioning, it seems like it could be either a familiar or a magic item, but the way that he interacts with it, you feel is much more familiar-esque than commanding a magic item.
I just walk straight up to it, even if like he's having a conversation with his familiar or like petting it or something, and I just poke it because I want to see like how much pressure it takes to have it like push back. Like I want to know how strong it is. So I just like poke it really hard.
And it sort of like hobbles forward, and Caelum, you hear, "That was unpleasant." Haha.
Please don't do that.
Oh no, yes. I mean, it's very strong. Like this, it could lift a couple books or so.
And it is just continuously being poked.
Yeah.
Caelum snatches T-Can away from him and like holds her.
Where did you get such a curious creature?
Places.
I would like to know these places.
It's really hard to get to. I don't think you'd like. Anyway, we have to go
Try
save.
me.
Oh god. Gwen mom mode, just like her head comes out of nowhere and she's like, "What's going on over there?"
Mom, Ristel's picking on me.
Oh my god. Okay.
Anyway,
So
it's a gift from a deity, I guess. I don't really know.
Oh, okay. That makes sense.
Deities are vague.
They can be. You should consider, worshiping the one that lurks below. I mean, he's not vague at all. He's very direct. You know
I'm
exactly
sorry,
what you're getting into.
I've already promised myself to someone.
Oh, right. You can always, I mean, there's like deity divorce court. I'm sure we can figure something out. You can.
No, I'm very deep into this relationship.
Okay. I hand him a pamphlet. Just, I mean, read this when you feel like you know, when you're down.
all right, Caelum, add to your inventory pamphlet of the Elder Eye.
This is really well made.
Yeah.
Is this laminated?
No, well, it's like a viscous. I want to talk about what it's covered in, but
Gross.
All right.
Real quick, he's going to hold T-Can up and just ask her. It's going to get really dangerous from here. Do you want me to send you back?
And you hear them say, "I live for danger." Haha.
I like him.
And it is just like it is just looking up at you, Caelum. It has a mental connection. It never actually speaks verbally.
Put T-Can on my shoulder. All right, let's do this.
And they extend a little hand outward in the like onward kind of motion. And what are you guys doing with Cybra during this time? Are you going to bring her into the beholder fight?
Yeah, no. She's gonna take a little nappy poo. You stay here, little girl. You gonna stay here. And she like Gwen is like standing face to face with this dog or this wolf, and she just like shakes its face on the side. You gonna stay here like a good girl.
They do.
Solid. All right, bitches, let's go.
All right, so you all begin your exit of this building, and yes, Gwen.
Wait. Russet, dude, you have been watching this thing for a while, right?
Yes.
That's a potato.
Well, I mean, I'm not a potato.
Are there any like secret ways in, or like is there something we should look out for? Should we just hit it with everything we got right up front, or can we like reason with it, or can we like trick it, or like
I don't think we can reason with it. You might be able to trick it. My plan was to send all of you in first, see how you do, and then I could mop up the rest if need be. But
you're a healer, right?
yes, priest.
Can you heal us?
Absolutely. Are you hurt?
No, like in there.
In the battle?
Yeah.
Yes. I mean, are you hurt now? I'll gladly heal you.
No, I'm fine. Well, I'm fine enough now. But
Okay.
I'm the kind of the one that's like right up in its face. So like if you can like throw heals at me, that'd be fantastic.
Okay. I've never thrown a heal, but I'll
Well, you
figure
could
something
stand
out.
next to me.
Yes.
Will you?
Well, let's go. Let's work it out.
I see your game.
And Ristel has
But-
a much quicker like step at this point.
To answer her question, Bossman, do I know of any secret passages or anything to get to this guy's lair?
The only secret passage that you would be aware of is if you were somehow immune to fire, you could go through the magma river to the inside of the foundry. Or there are several of the large spherical holes that have been blasted in the side of this building that if you were to scale up towards the ceiling, you could possibly go in that way or find another way that it is just...
So we'd have
made
to
an
like
opening for
descend with
itself.
ropes or something?
You'd have to ascend, yes. You'd have to,
ascend.
Yeah, you'd have
Oh, and
to
then
climb
come up from underneath to its lair? Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. And so, yes, Ristel will say, is anybody fireproof? You? Over there, you.
Only
yes,
one.
the short, muscular woman.
No.
Okay.
Gwen.
Can anybody fly?
For a while.
Okay. Well, there's the front door, or there's the fire path, or we can just like rise up out of the ground, which I've got to say is really fucking badass in my mind. We should probably do that, but it involves all of you flying. I mean, he's got wings.
Gwen stifles a laugh.
Just
So I'm
eyes at
thinking
Gwen.
the front door. Is that what we're?
I think the front door will suffice.
All right.
And as you are all
Vanilla it is.
making your way, god damn it, towards the bridge, I'd like for all of you to make perception checks.
24.
16.
8.
Okay, so the 24 and the 16. Gwen, you and Caelum, as you're all walking towards the other side of this bridge, you hear what sounds like a scraping noise and a low groan, and you look over towards where the river had been diverted to move this magma river underneath the foundry. and you see what looks like a bean shape. It is this nice green color. And you can see what looks like a fully grown arm from one part of this bean clawing at the dirt to attempt to ascend upwards. And you see this small greenish face. It's almost goblinoid, but you can see that the nose is much larger, the ears are much larger, and it seems to have this large underbite as well. And it is just sort of
Gwen
trying to
yells
pull
and
itself.
kicks it into the lava.
Okay, make an athletics check.
Okay.
Gwen,
Oh, that's pretty good.
can you please not scream?
Sorry. It's a 24.
Okay, with a satisfying punt, Gwen, you are able to kick this bean right into the river of magma, and with a... Magma almost sounds like a thud when things hit it because it is moving stone, and you just hear this shriek as it quickly ends its shrieking and just melts into this river of magma, giving you a very a quick representation of what would have possibly happened had Cori decided to jump into the magma pool in Sertelier.
Let's not.
Cori, inside
been
of the
fine.
foundry, this beholder pauses, and its head swivels in the direction against this back wall of the foundry, and then it looks at you, and one of its eye stalks pats you on the head twice, and it begins to fly towards the back wall of the foundry, heading
Wait,
for a
where are
hole
you going? What's going on?
that's up in the roof. It does not respond to you.
Just gonna hop up and like almost touch him, and then realize, oh, I'm not supposed to touch him. God, do I? Oh no, I don't know if I have anything.
And Cori, make a perception check.
Oh, I'm supposed to be good at these. 9.
Okay. Yeah, you don't notice anything. If anything, it
Look at
just
this! I
seems
have
like,
an axe. It's really good at hurting plants.
and the thing just sort of turns, and it like, you feel like if the charm effect were still in place, that it might be a lot more appealing than it was. But it turns and looks at you, and just and begins to float up towards this hole that it had previously made.
Oh, there's no plants around here. Well, I also have, I don't have anything interesting for a beholder person kind of guy. I can talk to animals. There's no animals around, but...
And as you say there are no animals about, you had thought, while focusing on this beholder, that there were just small fires that were around this fire giant place. But as you are looking throughout the foundry now, trying to find an animal to talk to show off your skill, you realize that these fires are moving by themselves, it seems like. They're not actually contained. They just sort of seem to be idly floating.
Weird. Do I have any idea what that could possibly be?
With your... Make an insight check.
17.
With a 17, you realize at a very crucial moment for you, as one of these flames seems to drift towards you, and you hear a popping sound followed by a as a spray of flame comes out towards you. You're able to get out of the way in time, and you have heard of these things before. Having grown up in the Feywild, things like this are actually relatively common. This is a living spell effect, and it seems like this is the remnant of some kind of what possibly could have left those shadows burned into the stone that led up to the gate.
Weird. do you know you have living spells down here?
And
She's
the
saying this as
beholder-
loud as she possibly can. Like, louder than should be necessary.
Okay. So Cori, you are inside of the foundry. Arjan, you and Ristel are going across the bridge, and you start hearing Gwen. Well, you hear Gwen yell, rather exclaiming loudly, followed by a punting noise, followed by yet another high-pitched screech as the two of you look over and see this bean shape with an arm and a small head actually dissolving into the river of magma. It does put up a singular thumb as it goes down. Rigor mortis is crazy, yo.
Oh, all right.
It only has one thumb.
A friend of yours? What was that?
Man, I don't know. That thing's fucked up.
I'm sorry. Do you yeet your friends off of bridges into piles of lava often?
No, but she certainly eats them through windows.
It's made of wood. It's fine. Look, it's happy. Look, she likes me, right?
If a puppet could glare, this one would be doing so towards you, Gwen.
It's looking at me is what I see.
Wearing its cloak, you can see that it's like little. It has little raised hackles, like feathers are just more so like poofing out towards the shoulder blades, looking at you.
It's fine.
And Gwen, as you say, it's fine. I would like for you all to make perception checks once again.
20.
26.
22.
10.
Okay. So Ristel, you are more just like admiring the work that this halfling has done to punt this thing. And you had been around here long enough that you knew that this was at one point this was a troll. It seemed like originally within this city there were 2 trolls that had survived whatever cataclysmic event happened here, and the bigger, stronger one had been surviving for over 1,000 years off of this other smaller troll. And Gwen, now that you have killed the pet, you have also removed the food source.
Now I'm going to starve.
So it is at that point that the 4 keeps, you all see this beholder now emerging out of the top window that it had sort of made itself with a eye beam, now looking down upon you as you are at this as you are at the bridge outside of the foundry.
Caelum yells move, and he shoves the closest person to him towards the foundry door.
Okay.
Gwen is halfway into hail. She just went poof.
Okay, so Gwen, you get pushed. So where the river had been diverted was on the other side of the bridge. So at this point, Caelum, you and Gwen are about halfway across the bridge. Arjan, you and Ristel are all the way across it. And this beholder is emerging from the top window. Cori, you are still inside of the foundry, now recognizing these living spells. And it is a little bit early, but because combat seems like it is looming, we are going to go to our break for the evening. So I would like to say thank you, Jordan, for joining us on this game. It's been a blast. I love Ristel. We are going to try and be back in 5 to 10 minutes, so don't go no place unless it is to grab a food, grab a drink, grab a friend, or possibly go to indooradventure.redbubble.com. Pick yourself up something nice, and we shall be back shortly. All right, everybody. Bye-bye! We have returned. There is a big, angry eyeball monster making its way towards our group. LB's laughing hysterically, and I'm scared. I don't know what happened. But let's get off to this the right way. Everybody roll initiative. I don't know what she did. Now I have to watch the VOD.
Is it what just LB did, Steven?
I'm scared.
11.
11!
18.
Show off.
14.
Show
Also
off.
18.
Show off.
I roll at advantage, and I never roll above a 10. Okay, give me this one thing.
The guest gets plus 12 initiative. That's the rule.
Them's the rules.
How did you get an 11, Jordan? Shut up.
Shh, I cheated. All right, so Cori, what'd you get?
16.
Okay, and Beholder got a 11. So goes on the same account as Ristle. So, as this creature comes floating down towards you, it lets out a loud yell, which Ristle, you are able to translate as, "What are you doing? Get away from here!" And it, as it yells this, Ristle, you think for a moment, mayhaps this is this glorious creature is a blessing yet. As you see a spot on the wall gain a thin sliver of a line, and then that line extends upward, and you see the shape of a large eye appear on the wall as a beam is going to shoot out as its layer action triggers. So that is going to target, there's 4 of you, so it is going to go after Arjan. I rolled for it. It's okay. And then a 7 is... Make a wisdom save.
14.
Okay. That is not enough to succeed. You are now asleep as you get hit by a sleep ray. So Arjan goes from being mad angry to mad sleepy, all in one burst of a glorious eye beam. Next up is Arjan. So Arjan, you remain unconscious for a minute unless you take damage or another creature takes an action to wake you.
Wait, indoor, quick question.
Yes.
What do you call a band of orc bards? I think it's an orchestra? An orchestra?
What is this?
I don't know. I was supposed to I'm really confused, but I was supposed to interject with something.
Woo!
Nailed it.
Better late than never.
I think that worked better.
I'm here all night. Try the veal.
Caelum, it is your go.
Hold on.
You see Arjan gets hit with the beam and he immediately falls down. Make a see that he is still breathing. He's just sleepy.
That's the unconscious condition, right?
Yes.
Okay.
Fuck. Wait. What?
And Cori is above. Do we know where Cori is?
Cori is inside of the building still.
Okay.
Yeah.
How far away is Arjan?
Arjan, away from you, I'd say that you'd be able to get up to him. Like you'd be like if you spent your turn running, you could get right up next to him.
Okay. I don't want to blow that yet. Okay. Yeah, sure. I'll spend all my movement to get up to him. Use my action to Arjan, get up.
And Arjan, you are just awoken as Caelum is shaking you. Last thing you remember was seeing an eye in a wall. And that eye is no longer there. It has closed itself.
All right, so I have a plan. Hopefully we don't die. This plan is to hit it really hard, so that's all I got.
Okay. Do you have a bonus action?
Are any of my things a bonus action? Is that a bonus action? That's an action. God damn it. This makes me so sad. Oh wait. Is that a bonus action? Sorry. Getting used to some of my things. It's been a while. Wait, is this an... No, it's an action. Nope, that's it.
Okay. So Arjan, Caelum awakens you. Cori, You are inside of the foundry. You have seen this beholder float up into that into the hole that it had made itself in the ceiling, and then has and at this point is beginning a downward descent outside. What would you like to do?
It's beginning a downward descent?
Yes, on the outside of this building.
All right. Would I be able to face step into the hole?
You'd be able to face step into the hole, but you know that it is on a precarious ledge above this magma river.
All right. So, like, is this encounter occurring on the bridge?
So, I have a useful little map for me that you guys can see. So, you guys have made it across this end of the bridge. The beholder is appearing out of this corner of the foundry, and it is all happening in this little area at the corner of the building.
Is it gonna take me like a turn to get to a point where I can engage with the beholder, or like if I face stepped into the hole, would I be able to? Would the beholder be within, say, 10 feet of me?
I would say that the beholder would be within 10 feet of you.
This has literally never worked before. All right, fine. You know what? Who cares? This will be fine. It'll be fine. I'm gonna face step up into the hole, and I'm presuming I'm gonna need to make some sort of check to keep my balance. Okay. What kind?
A dexterity save, please.
All right. This is gonna go great. How's about an 11?
So an 11, you get up to this ledge, and your back foot hits a part of this wall that was not designed to have such a hole in it, and you can hear the sound of rocks breaking beneath you, but you do not fall backwards. You are just on this ledge, and you manage to straighten yourself forward. But you are very much on the ledge of, like, on both sides of you now would be Magma River.
Okay, face step is done. And this has literally never worked before, but let's see if it does. I'm going to say, wait, I promised you flowers! And I'm going to channel divinity, and I'm going to use nature's wrath. And he needs to make a strength or dex saving throw.
Okay.
A book just fell off of my shelf. Fucking ghosts.
So a strength save?
Strength or dex.
Okay, strength or dex, it gets a 17.
All right, it makes it. That's fine.
Okay. As these, the things that attempt to bind it, seeing as how this cavern has a plethora of fungi, you see that there is a layer of spores that are on the inside of this tunnel, and large mushrooms attempt to grow up and try and bind this creature as you call upon the localized flora that you can, but they're mushrooms. They're not incredibly dense as a thing, and it just sort of like, as it turns and looks towards you, you watch as they just sort of crumble off to the side. They don't have a very steady root system on this wall, it would appear.
Hi.
And Ristel, you hear this creature yell, "I thought I told you to stay put! I'm trying to protect you!"
Oh.
So, Cori, that is it for your turn. Gwen, this creature is just yelling these deep speech obscenities for all you are aware. And you see Cori now fighting it in this small hole up above.
Okay, Gwen is going to yell out to it, "Don't you talk to my friend like that!" And then she's going to, what Ristel sees is Gwen, like, flexes out and a light shines off her. And she says, "By the power of Grayskull, I have the power!" And she holds up her Sunforger, and a spirit form of a Goliath forms out of her that matches her movements. And she's gonna throw her Sunforger at her, and if I hit it in the butt, it's not gonna hit. It's probably gonna hit Cori. So I'll
I'm
throw it
10
up
feet away
so that
from
it,
him.
yeah, so that it doesn't hit her.
Okay. And your Sunforger came back on a short rest?
Yes.
Okay.
Yep.
Cool.
Short or long rest.
Because we've had that discussion before. So yes. All right. So let's see how that works out for it. It needed to make a dex save of. It got a 14.
A 15 is what it needed.
Okay.
Let's roll this bitch. Oh, sorry. Hey.
As Ristle, you just see this halfling take out what looks like a warhammer, swing it around a few times as it begins to glow with the same vibrant color as the magma, and then just huck it. And it sails from her over 60 feet up into the air and just detonates above where this creature is, as if it were a fireball.
He looks at it and he's like, "Oh no, your hammer!" Like she accidentally threw it, and then it explodes. She's like, "That's why you got rid of it."
That's 25 radiant damage, please.
Okay. So.
And then she pulls out a large axe that's about the size of her body, and she's in a power stance.
Throw that one too.
Do it again. Alrighty, so then Ristle, what is your dexterity bonus?
My dexterity bonus is +2.
Okay, so you are going to be going first.
Okay. Am I near anybody?
You are currently near Arjan, who just woke up from having been put to sleep. You're near Caelum, and Gwen is about 10 feet ahead from where you are. So
okay,
you're relatively close to the group.
Okay, I'm going to say I'm behind Caelum and Arjan. And I bring my hands up to my face and I start wiggling around, and I lose all of my facial features. It's kind of like a slimy blob. And then when I come back down, I look exactly like Cori. And I turn to the beholder and I say, "Master, it's me. They're trying to dupe you. Don't kill me. Don't kill me." And I cast Disguise Self on myself.
Make a deception check with advantage.
So you do have the actor feat.
Not good. Well, technically, if he wants to discern that I am disguised, he needs to make an investigation check against my spell save DC.
Okay.
Unless you want me to actually make this deception check,
No.
which I'm not good at, but
Okay.
I will.
No, so it will try. I'll say, yeah. So it believes that there are now two totally real Cories, or at least one of you tells nothing but truths, and the other tells nothing but lies, and it needs to figure out the root of this problem. All right. So next up is the Beholder, and it is going to look down. And Ristle, did you yell out in deep speech?
Yes.
Okay.
Deep speech.
And it looks at you, and so it looks at you, and looks back towards Cori, and then looks at you again, looks back at Cori. Yeah. And it looks down towards you, Ristle, and it nods and then swivels towards you, Cori. And it is going to try and use a beam towards you. All right, so that is I need you to make a Constitution save.
Okay.
You're paralyzed. And it then swivels back towards the group. And it says in deep speech, "I knew I could trust you! My perfect pet!" And it is then going to shoot some beams down towards the group. So Gwen, this one is going to be coming towards you. So Gwen, I need you to make a wisdom save.
Okay, that's fine. Oh, good. It's not a negative. We're off to a good start. How's an 8?
You fall asleep.
Oh, snappy poo time. Oh no, I only have one more rage left. No, it's mine.
And then it is looking over towards Caelum. As it has seen you rush, it is going to try and beam you as well. So I need you to make a Constitution save.
Oh, goody. Actually, this is a positive, so... Natural 20, so 22.
Sweet, you're going to be taking half of this.
Great.
All right, so... You're going to be taking a total of 16, so it was 32 halved.
Cool.
So you take 16 points of necrotic damage as this black beam shoots down towards you.
I take 8 points of necrotic damage. I have resistance.
Nice. Rad. All right. And down towards your group, there is a... It feels like it's slightly suppressing upon you, and you feel like your magics might not be able to be used as this creature looks down upon you.
On everyone?
It is in a 150-foot cone.
Isn't Jordan...
Yeah. Wouldn't it drop disguise self?
It would.
Sorry. We play fair here.
What?
We play by the rules
So,
as written.
Then as your as this thing's anti-magic cone kicks on, having properly deceived this creature, your magic fades away and its eye gets big, and all of the other eye stalks as well are just like, what?
I look just as shocked as he is. I'm like, what? Like, I don't. It wasn't me. They did this to me. Like,
And it turns back towards Cori, and you hear in deep speech, "I'll never mistrust you again!" So then next up is the lair. And beneath all of you on the ground, you hear the sound of like wet socks in a boot. And as you look down, the ground beneath you is actually getting spongier and seems to be coating itself with a thin layer of slime. You are now all in difficult terrain. So, that was it for It's Bit. Arjan, is your go.
I'm going to ask Arjan to hold.
Why?
I'm going to make you hit it harder.
Okay, bonus action, Crimson Right for fire.
Okay.
Does it work?
What does that right do?
It lights my crossbow.
It does not work in this
Do,
cone.
do I still take the damage?
I will say no, as the damage is usually part of it being a catalyst, but you feel like you cut yourself and go for the power to activate, and there's just nothing there. You now just have kind of a hurty open hand wound.
Do it. And I'll hold until Caelum tells me to shoot. At which point I will take the attack action.
Okay. Okay, next up, Caelum.
I'm going to use the interact action real quick to apologize to Tikan, as I'm going to try and yeet her to Gwen.
Okay. Make an attack roll with an improvised weapon via roll.
Oh, actually,
Or no, because Tikan can move on their own.
on their own,
Yeah.
yeah. And then I'll have her action to, like, furiously slap her awake like a Jigglypuff.
So your familiar goes over towards Gwen and will take the action to wake them, but they don't do slaps like a Jigglypuff. You see them raise up a single foot and just start kicking Gwen
Curb stomp. Bless her. I'm going to try and channel my path to the grave on the beholder.
Okay.
And
that
so
function's fine.
cool. And yeah, Caelum's eyes pull black once again. And then he turns to Archon. Shoot it now.
I shoot it now.
Do it.
Uh, 24.
Okay, 24 will totally hit.
Seven points piercing.
Okay.
It has, did you double it?
No, that's just what I rolled.
Because it has vulnerability. So,
So 7 would double to
Yes.
14. Do I get the second attack?
yes.
8.
An 8 does not hit this creature.
Okay.
Cool.
Okay, so that was Caelum and Arjan.
How far is I want to separate from the rest of the group.
Okay.
How far can I get on 15 feet of speed?
On 15 feet of speed, you will still be within this creature's cone, but you managed to distance yourself at least.
Cool. Don't clump.
Okay.
And the familiar's fine in the cone, right?
Yeah, the familiar is fine in the cone.
Great.
All right, so then next up, Cori. You're paralyzed.
Do I make a save?
Yes, at the end of each of your turns.
Oh, okay. It's a Constitution save.
Yes.
All right.
Hmm.
Ooh, 7.
You are still paralyzed. And this creature is just like looking at you and speaking towards you in these very like almost reserved tones if its vocal cords were made entirely of a backwards record playing. Like, it seems to care for you in some extent, but it has turned its focus back towards what it perceives as the obvious enemy. So then next up is Gwen. Gwen, this thing put you to sleep, and you are seeing that Arjan tried to cut his hand in the same way that he normally does for his blood magic, but it seems like he wasn't able to do anything.
The drow is
Back to looking like they were.
all right.
To be fair, you went to sleep
yeah.
before the shift happened.
I guess the question is, do I understand that there's magic is not working here? Because I don't think I would.
I don't believe that you would either.
Okay. How high is this thing?
This thing is... It would be 80 feet up on the side of this building.
Okay. I'm gonna...
Or actually, no, sorry. It would be... It would be at 45 feet, not 80. Just because I have to stay consistent with the size that I gave when you were inside the foundry. So.
Yeah. Gwen is going to try to tiny rage again.
Okay. You managed to.
Okie dokie, sweet. And she is going to... She's around people, right?
Yeah.
Okay. Then she's going to grab out one of her hand axes.
You don't have those.
Because you left them with the weaponsmith in the city.
But I have my javelins, right?
Yep.
Okay. I'm gonna throw... I think I have 2. Let me just double check.
I gave you 2.
Yeah. I have 3. Okay. So I'm going to throw them at this bee and just point up there and say, I need to get... Oh, sorry. I need to get up there. Because it's flying and Gwen doesn't understand. I will recklessly attack this thing because it doesn't seem to, like, be hitting me with stuff. Besides the stuff that it's hitting me with. That's a... Sorry. 23.
23 hits.
Okay, first one is 9 damage. And then the second one is okay. I haven't gotten high enough level. It's a 19.
19
plus,
still hits.
No,
Oh.
10 plus 6. Sorry, I'm playing defensive with the kitten and the dice. And that's 8 damage.
Okay.
On the javelin.
Sounds good.
That's it. That's what I do. And I'll try and move closer, or I'm gonna try and move in a space where no, stop it. Where there's 10 feet of space around me.
Okay. So as you are moving to this place at the end of your turn, it's going to use one of its legendary actions. And it is going to shoot an I-beam down towards you, but as it gets close to you, you see that the I-beam actually fizzles. As it seems like this anti-magic cone it is able to put out actually works against the creature.
Gwen's trying to do the math. Why did that happen?
And it also seems to be having a difficult time understanding why this is happening to it.
Aha! Fuck you! She's
going, what? You're muted.
I muted myself and then said it. She's gonna wiggle her butt in his direction, and Grayskull is also wiggling his butt in his direction.
Okay.
Its direction.
Sounds good. So, next up, Ristle.
It is correct in my understanding that there is no magic that is working right now.
That is correct.
Can I move to a location where magic would work?
Because there is difficult terrain underneath you, I would say that you... Actually, yeah, because you were close enough on the edge that you'd be able to get at least past that anti-magic area, and you feel your connection reform with your creature.
Yes.
With your god.
Excellent. I would like to cast a spell then. May I assume he is within 60 feet of me, this beholder?
I will say...
Oh, it's like we have to do Pythagorean's theorem.
Yeah, yeah. He's a little bit farther than 60.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, then I don't want to do that at all. Okay. I want to use levitate, and I want to fly up so I'm on the same plane with him.
Okay. So you just watch as this drow just levitates up off of the ground.
Just like
big book on his back.
And I look pissed.
Okay. It is the creature's turn. And it sees you floating up above, and it looks at you and just says, "The imposter!" And the Arjan, you and Caelum can feel the anti-magic field dissipate underneath you, and it is going to focus towards you, Ristle. And it is going to try and use an I-beam at you. So I need you to make a wisdom save against being charmed.
Oh, but I have advantage.
Yes, you do.
Wait.
Those are double twos, so that is a 6.
Is the anti-magic cone on him?
The anti-magic cone has been turned off.
Okay.
He closed his eye. Okay. Yes, 6.
You are charmed by this creature.
Bangarang. Glorious, glorious creature for Gonador.
And it says to you, "Fight for me and become my perfect pet." And that's what it says to you as it charms you. And then Caelum.
Oh boy.
It is going to make I need you to make a wisdom save.
28.
Okay, you are not frightened by this creature. And Gwen, seeing as how you are wiggling your butt towards it, it does not like that at all.
It is a force blast.
And I need you to make another wisdom save. This
Good
is
night, sweet
against Sleppy.
princess. Any advantages because she's raging or no? That's a different barbarian.
You're muted.
It's a 12.
Gwen, you go to sleep yet again.
Fuck.
All right. And then it is the layer action. And another eye will open up along the wall of the building. And a beam is going to shoot out towards you, Gwen. That is... I need you to make a strength save, but you are considered unconscious, so you automatically fail those. And a lot of you actually see that Gwen is then lifted up with this eye beam, and it just hurls her. And Gwen, you are getting sent towards these here magma river.
It's really nice being on your show, Indoor.
Yeah, it's no
I'm
problem.
taking a nappy boo.
Okay, so Gwen, you're basically getting skipped across this river, so you're not just submerging in it.
Do I take damage?
Oh yeah.
Do I wake up?
Let's find out together, shall we?
Oh God.
Alrighty, so Gwen, as you are skipped across the fire, you are going to be taking... You are going to be taking 65 points of fire damage. As magma burns along your sides, you for sure wake up.
And I'm gonna do something about it on my turn.
Okay. Telekinetic ray near magma is not fun.
Is it now?
Next up, Arjan. Arjan, and you have just seen it drop Gwen into a Sleppy mode and then just throw them into magma. And Gwen's still alive and kicking. They have just appeared on the other side of the river, and you see that your new friend Ristel has a little bit of a wild look in his eyes.
That's my wild look. I just turn my head slightly because I can't read or write. I'm sorry.
That's okay.
So Indoor.
Yes.
A year ago, in our time, Gwen had given Arjan a set of crossbow bolts
Yes.
that could potentially be filled with acid.
That is correct.
If I were to want to use one of those crossbow bolts filled with acid, well,
Do you have any acid vials on you?
I literally produce them biologically.
I figured as much. I will say, as a bonus action, you can load an acid vial into said crossbow bolt.
But I can only do one. Could I load both chambers? Or just one?
Make a sleight of hand check to see if you can load both chambers.
20.
I'll say, yeah, you can load both chambers, but you expend 2 acid vials if you have them.
Okay. So I don't believe I have any in my inventory. So
We'll do what they do in the game Pugmire. Roll a wisdom check.
nah.
Okay. So this will use up your draconic vomit ability. Though.
Oh no, if that's the case, I'm gonna hold on a little bit.
Okay.
But you know, while we have him here, and while I still don't feel the beauty in the eye of the beholder raining down upon me, Arjan is his back tattoo is gonna flare out enough to where you could see it through his clothes. Fuck! And with a 9, the really cool chromatic orb isn't gonna hit.
Nope.
That's fine. I'll try to light my crossbow again. This time it'll work, and that's my fucking turn.
Okay. Sounds good. Next up, Caelum. And Caelum, you feel reconnected with magic.
Fuck.
And
Is
you also
Gwen
see this
safe, or is
drow-
she?
Huh?
Is Gwen safe, or is she in the lava?
She got skipped like a rock across the surface of this magma and is on the shore of the other side.
Oh, she's on the shore.
Yeah.
Okay.
So she's on the shore. She's not going to continuously take magma damage.
Magma.
Magma.
How far is this critter?
From you at this point, they are 60 feet.
I'm gonna move away from the edge with my 15, further away, and launch a guiding bolt at it.
Okay.
Does a 16 hit?
A 16 does not hit.
Oof. Well. Bonus action. What? I end my turn.
Okay.
I forgot to add my pluses to my short rest.
You're such a delight. I love you. So at the end of your turn, Caelum, as your magic goes wide, it is going to use a legendary action to beam you back.
Great.
And that is a 3, which means I need you to make a wisdom save against fear.
It knows I have the anxiety in me. I'm a brave boy. 18 and 7. So
You can't scare me. I'm already full of fear.
All right. So, yeah, the 18 plus 7, you are unafraid of this creature. It's weird, but you've had gods be weird to you. Like this is this is here. This is now. This is okay.
This is the now. This is fine.
Alrighty.
It's not fine.
So, that is the end of Caelum's turn. Cori, you are still paralyzed.
I have a question.
Yes,
This is a precarious ledge, correct?
it is.
I am paralyzed.
You are. You had found
Am
your
I-
footing, though.
Could I possibly, could this beloved pet of a beholder possibly accidentally pitch forward towards the magma?
Possibly.
Possibly. Well, I'm gonna go ahead and roll my save just
Okay.
real quick, just to see what happens here. Natural 1, so that's great.
I have a question.
Same cost.
I have a question for ye, Danae.
The beholder pops. It was all a dream.
Is this what you would like to happen?
I mean, under very specific circumstances.
Okay. So, because it was at the player's behest,
No.
there is
This was a bad idea.
there is a sound of rocks cracking behind ye, and you begin to fall. And as you begin falling, this creature is going, or no. Okay. So Cori, you fall directly into the magma. As there is no chance for a skip. Let's see here. You're going to be taking 45 points of fire damage as you are just sizzling on top of this molten rock, sinking down further. You can feel your armor superheating, possibly fusing to the skin of your back. This is not a good time to be Cori right now. And this creature is going to use a legendary action to turn around and telekinetic ray you and pull you up out of the lava. But the paralyzed does not end if you take damage, so you are still paralyzed, having taken this lava damage, and it is just going to pull you up. Those of you who are outside of this building have just seen this creature turn around and is now back facing you all, holding Cori up above a river of magma. Ristel,
It's like a child who lost their Oreo in milk. Like, oh, okay. Like,
that's exactly what this is. Oh my god. Well, I was not expecting.
I am that Oreo.
Yes. So then, next up, Gwen. This creature's back is to you, but you have just
You're
been
awake.
skipped across magma. You're awake.
I'm awake. How far away is it from me?
It is a bit a ways, as well as inside of a building. What are you trying to do?
I have one spell and I'm trying to use it. Is it within 90 feet of me?
You'd be able to get within 90 feet of this thing.
All right, I'm going to move up and I am going to cast Thunder Step and I'm going to try and get on top of this bee.
Okay. Make a dexterity check.
Cool. I just looked at my dice and I was like, you've all betrayed me. $12?
Okay. So a 12.
I think. Yeah.
You manage to teleport onto this creature, and you grasp and reach for something to hold onto, and what you grab is one of the eye stalks, and this creature just starts shrieking loudly.
I'm gonna hold on for dear life.
And you can see that there is a molten-looking Cori that was levitated up. And as you go to grab onto the eye stalk again,
oh my god, Indoor, why? I don't want to kill my friend.
it seems to distract this creature, and you just watch Cori's form fall back in, like the Oreo into the milk. Cori, you are going to be taking 70 points of fire. Okay. And you feel this warmth completely envelop you. Cori, what are your final thoughts? What is going through your head at this moment?
Hey, now, do I not get death saving throws or anything, buddy?
How much health did you have? And what is your overall?
I had 21 health. I took like 70,
Okay.
70 points exactly.
So, you're paralyzed on top of magma. So you will go into your death saving throws. That is correct. But things are looking very grim for you right now.
I'll get to work on writing my last words.
All
Don't
right,
worry.
sweet. Because that was Gwen's turn. Next up, Ristel.
has Arjon gone and I've missed it?
The dice are not in my favor either.
Okay. I'm charmed, so this beholder's looking mighty nice.
Mm-hmm.
But I still don't want to see these people hurt.
No, all of these are useful now.
Yeah, so I'm going to cast telekinesis and pull Cori's body out of the fire
Okay.
and then gently move her to an area that
Just
is safe.
onto ground.
Yeah, and actually, if I can move her to underneath me, I would like to lower because I can only go vertical and
Yeah.
I can only go vertical and vertical with my
Okay.
levitate spell. So I'd like to go down to meet her.
Wait, question.
Yes.
Levitate and telekinesis, are they both concentration?
No. Well, let me look. Now you asked. Levitate is concentration.
Okay.
Telekinesis is concentration. I
Fuck.
fall.
Okay, so
Or
Cori,
I lower myself, then I cast telekinesis. I don't know.
Yes,
I
we'll
don't
do
play
it.
this game.
That's okay.
What are you doing?
All right, so you managed to get Cori over to you. She's looking very, very poor off. It's the armor
okay.
is just like steaming from having been exposed to magma.
Because telekinesis is an action, that is technically my turn.
Okay. Next up is this creature. And Gwen, you are right on top of it. And it is going to use its eye beams at you, as you are far too close for its comfort.
Oh, but they're ranged attacks and she's melee range, no?
Nope, because they're all save related. It doesn't actually make any attacks. So Gwen, I need you to make an 8 is... I need you to make a dex save.
Does she get advantage because this is danger she can see?
Yes.
Yes. Ha.
Cool.
Ha ha. Thank you. Ooh. 14.
Okay. So with a 14, that is not enough.
Fuck.
And you feel your muscles begin to tense. And you look down and you see that parts of you are getting an almost metallic sheen to them.
I death grip this thing.
Okay.
I grip the eye stalks so that if I turn to whatever, I am holding this bitch.
All right. And you are currently restrained, holding onto this here eye stalk. So that is it for its turn. The ground beneath you, Ristle, and Cori become slimy as the lair action causes difficult terrain. Ristle, who knows? Maybe this is a blessing from your deity. Then
I
next...
think we're on the right track, guys. Slime is cool.
It's Gak! Arjan, it is your turn. Or no, sorry, because I only used one ray. So it is going to make a second beam attack on you, Gwen. Because it does not like what you have done. So, make a constitution save.
Who again? Sorry.
This is Gwen that needs to make a constitution save. And you are restrained.
Is it against being poisoned?
It is not.
Okay. Constitution saving throw?
Yes.
25.
Okay. You're only going to be taking half as much then.
Solid.
Okay. So... You are going to be taking half of 29. So 14. All right. And then it is going to make another beam at... It'll make it towards Caelum.
I mean, Ristle like tricked it, so I don't know.
It's true, but it still knows that you're charmed by it.
God damn it!
All right, so Caelum, make a wisdom save as it tries to make you afeared.
No means no. 22.
Yep, no means no. That is good. So then that was the layer action. And then next up is Arjan.
Where is the beholder in relation to the bridge?
The beholder in relation to the bridge, it is currently above the bridge. It is still in this sort of like tunnel like thing that it made in the side of the foundry itself. It has not come down.
How far up is it?
It is 45 feet up. And from you, it would be 50 feet away.
We haven't gotten a single fucking hit on this thing, have we?
You've got a few.
Do it. Do it.
Don't tell me to do it, Gwen. This might hurt you.
Caelum looks at Cori. No, who am I playing? Gwen looks at Arjan and she just goes. She nods.
Bonus action Misty Step up on top of the beholder. Acid breath, point blank, all over its fucking eyes.
Okay.
It rolled the 2.
So, Jordan, if you are unfamiliar, we have a Arjan has an item that gives him the portent ability once per day. And last session he rolled a 2 for something to roll. So he's doing a point blank acid breath on this beholder and forcing it to roll a 2.
And when he says it with that haircut, I know he means business.
Yes.
Do I need to make a dex save?
It's only 10 points of damage. You are not in the line. I hope.
Yeah.
Yeah, I guess I'm going after the eyes. Go for the eyes.
You're smart enough to not hit the one that Gwen is currently holding on to, and this creature lets out a shriek and it begins just like trying to move around as it now has this 7-foot tall plus dragon man directly on it, as well as this grimy thing that it has turned into a piece of jewelry upon itself, possibly.
So I've used my bonus action and my action.
Okay.
Can I still grab onto this thing?
I would say, yeah, you'd be able to. You would have been able to, like, Misty Step onto this creature.
Can I
grab
onto it with my draconic claws?
Yes.
Great.
I'll say ye.
It's over the bridge, correct?
It is not directly over the bridge.
Oh,
But
good.
but it's over solid ground in the foundry hole, right?
Yes, that is correct.
Okay.
Cool.
That's my turn.
Okay, Caelum, it's your go.
How far is Cori from me?
Cori is within running distance of you. You'd be able to get there with 30 feet.
That's fine. She's down, correct?
Yes, and looking very not as good.
Isn't it difficult
it's difficult terrain all the way through.
Shit, yeah, no, you're right.
No,
Because
that's
we play
fine.
fair here.
Same team. Same team.
It's fine. 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 It's fine.
Just damage the beholder. This guy says he's a healer, so hopefully he's telling the truth.
Okay. Caelum will yell to Ristel, heal her! And he will pull back again for another guiding bolt. Oh my god. I'm gonna need more dice for this.
Yay! Did the boy do it?
The boy do it. At 4th level.
Womp, 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 womp.
Wait, no. No, wait, I cast that earlier. Never mind.
Yee?
52 points of lightning damage. Next, hey, actually that's like mostly 1s and 2s. I lied, that's mostly 4s. Next attack gets advantage.
Okay. So it is glowing an electric blue. As Arjan, you are on top of it. Gwen, you can feel yourself turning to metal on top of this creature. All right.
Oh, bonus action, if she's within 30 feet of me, I can use Spare the Dying on Cori. Cantrip, bitches.
Yes, that actually does work. So, Cori, you don't have to make death saves. Which is good. Because next up, it's your turn. So you are just unconscious at 0 or at 1, right? No, Spare the Dying is just 0, but yeah.
0, yeah.
No death saves, which is good. So then next up, hey Gwen. Gwen,
Wait.
yes.
We're playing fair here, right?
Yes.
Is Cori undead?
Cori is undead because of the Revenant.
Spare the Dying fizzles.
Oh boy! I love this game. Dungeons
Hold
and
the
Dragons
phone.
is
Hold
great.
the phone though. But like,
Yes.
okay. So it says that it wouldn't work on undead, correct?
Yeah.
But she has the spark of life within her.
But like also like technically healing word and everything else wouldn't work on me work on me as far as healing spells go. We have like I'm pretty sure that when I became an undead revenant, you said that healing spells still work on me.
Yeah,
Welcome,
I'm
Jordan.
gonna say yes to keep it consistent.
I'm okay
We
with Spare the Dying
established this
not.
here now in front of a guest.
Oh,
Candy.
I'm
Is
okay
Co-
with Spare the Dying not working on me, but I
No,
know
you've
that
already had your nat 1 into magma. We're keeping you alive.
Bye.
so
Spare the Dying does work.
Corey's creature type is not undead nor fey. It's humanoid.
At this point, yes.
Okay.
Yes.
I'll go back and read the errata. I'll
Okay.
read what it actually says.
Sweet. Yay! All right.
All right.
So,
What's happening to Gwen?
Gwen, you are. At this point, you are.
Restrained,
Considered
yes?
restrained. So, what does the restrained condition mean for ye?
It means I have a disadvantage on attack rolls. I can't benefit from. I'm restrained, so I can't move, and I have disadvantage on dexterity saving throws.
Okay. So,
And attacks against me have advantage.
all right. So you have disadvantage on your attacks, but you can still attack.
Okay. Fuck.
First strike is normal.
Yeah, except for I can't use my axe because I'm holding on to this thing.
You can one-hand it. It doesn't have the
I cannot one-hand it. It's a
Sunforger
two-handed
is a
axe.
versatile weapon.
okay.
My Sunforger is, which I would have to use an action to get back. Dude, fuck it. I used my action to summon it back, and then I'm going to action surge
Nice.
and beat the shit out of this thing, hopefully. At one normal attack. Right?
Yes.
Does a 12 hit?
12 does not.
Okay. Okay, you can just go back on your pedestal. And then the second attack is at disadvantage. Sunforger is +8. I rolled 2 13s.
Nice. So that'll hit.
All right, so then I'm going to do Sunforger is a D8. I am not raging. So that's an D8, so it can't be a 9. That's 10 damage
Okay.
on my attack. And can I tell that this thing does not like doesn't like me touching it?
Oh, yes. I mean, it's very apparent it doesn't like you touching it as you've been beating it. It also doesn't like, it did not appreciate when you grabbed onto it.
I'm going to continue to hold on to the eye stalk, and then I'm going to lick it as a free action, please.
Ew, gross. Okay. It tastes gross. It's like sweaty, but more in like has never showered. Like there is a layer of crust on this thing.
I've lived with Goliaths.
Yes. This is true. And then Gwen, I need you to make another dexterity save.
At
At the end of your
disadvantage.
turn.
Flat,
Flat.
right?
Why?
Because you can
Be
see this
flat
danger
because you can
coming.
see it, yeah.
Oh, okay. Sorry. There's a lot of stuff going on. Texas +1, 11.
So, on a failure, you become petrified. So Gwen, holding on to this thing, your entire personage just freezes up, and your skin becomes a very reliable Goliath gray as you become a stoned weight on this beholder holding onto its eye stalks. And this creature begins to like tilt down to the ground
List.
a little bit from the it begins to list from the weight upon it. Arjan, you see as Gwen begins to turn to stone. So, then next up, Ristel.
Jesus Christo.
Welcome to the show.
Yeah, I was saying this in chat, but I just TPK'd my entire Ghost of Saltmarsh crew on Thursday, and I'm like, oh, I'm accursed. This is not good. Why did you invite me?
Because you're fun.
So Cori's in front of me.
Yes.
And
Caelum is also relatively in front of you.
Who is?
Caelum. You see their shadow, their wizard kind of standing forward as well.
Yeah.
And then up in this, up in the passageway, you see that the halfling has turned a grayish color that has a particular sheen to it. And they don't seem to be moving anymore. And you see the dragon man is also on this creature's back doing its best.
Okay. I also saw Caelum spare the dying Cori.
Yes.
Okay. Now, I don't know about your show, Indoor. Is it
Yes.
appropriate for me to ask the party, like, I'm in a situation, I would like advice, or do I have to make this decision myself? How do
I would say
rule
that
this
you
stuff?
can ask for advice. You can phone a friend in this particular situation.
I would like to phone a friend, and the friends I would like to phone are the 4 people in front of me. So I still have telekinesis up, which means I can do many things. I can grab Gwen and lower her down to the ground safely, out of lava.
So Gwen is essentially dead.
I can grab the beholder and force him into the lava to take a lot of damage, but Arjan is on top.
Right.
Or I can heal Cori.
Yeah, I would heal Cori.
Let's heal Cori, because that would also give us another healer.
Yeah.
She has
All
lay
right.
on hands.
And also another DPS.
Mm-hmm.
I reach deep into my robes and I take out a jar and I pop the lid and I start spreading slime all over your body. And I massage it into your wounds. They're all burnt and awful, but you just feel great. Yeah, it's wonderful. And then you wake up with 2d8 plus 2. Do I roll that?
Yes.
You wake up with 11, 12, 13 hit points. And you feel like $1,000,000. And as you wake up, I'm like, this beholder is so flippin' cool. By the way, Ganador loves you.
I've never seen this man before in my life.
No, not once.
I grab him by the shirt and I stare at him.
We're all friends. I love it.
I realize that he has healed me, and I just kind of I've gripped him by the shirt because he's terrifying me. And then I just kind of let go and I pat him on the cheek and I look around to see what's going on.
And I reach in and I'm like, do you want one of these? And I hand her another vial of slime if I can.
Yeah, for sure.
Okay.
What is it?
Drink that. You're going to feel like $1,000,000.
For mechanics purpose, this is Kegmoth's ointment, right?
This is restorative ointment.
Oh, okay, yes.
Amazing.
Alrighty. So, it is the beholder's turn. After you go, Ristel, and it currently has a rider, and it doesn't appreciate riders, especially ones that just clawed into them as well as acid sprayed. I would say that the acid has actually seared most of its large eye, so its ability to shut off magic is kind of failing it at this point. Specifically from the acid damage into your retina. So good job. You gave him late onset cataracts for the big one anyways. But there are still some eye beams that are going to be heading your way, Arjan. So I need you to make a dex save.
Natural 1.
You are slowed. And then it is going to turn and it yells in deep speech. Excellent job, new pet. Keep the shiny one alive. And then,
On it, boss.
And then it is going to shoot an eye beam out towards you, Caelum. That is a Constitution save.
Oh boy. 14.
Okay, you're paralyzed. And then it is going to blast ye, or it is going to try and hit Arjan with its eye beam again. So, Arjan, I need you to make a strength save.
So slow does not affect my strength save.
That's correct.
Cool. 24.
Okay. So you feel like this creature was attempting to lift you and move you, but you are able to flex through it. Just kind of hanging on to it. It tried to telekinetically move you away, but then it felt the pain of your claws scraping against it. It's like when your cat's on your lap and you go to move it and you feel the claws sink in. You're like, okay, never mind. I guess you're just here now. That is how it feels towards you in this moment. So then next up is the layer, and there is just going to be more sticky stuff on the ground that goes beneath where it is. So Arjan, you once again find yourself in rough terrain. Next up, Arjan.
I got a question.
Hopefully I have an answer.
If I use Green Flame Blade, does the 5-foot range have to take effect?
It does not.
It's targeting enemies, I believe.
Right, but we only have one enemy.
Yeah.
Okay. I would like to use my action to cast Green Flame Blade, and the weapon that I'm using it on is my claw, which I'm just getting a better grip in.
Okay.
Digging it in. Fuck. It's not gonna hit.
You throw it across the room. You put that dice in its place and you put it across the room.
Every one of my dice has betrayed me. Like it at some point you gotta say it's not the dice. That's my turn.
Okay.
I get to do one thing. It's great.
All right. So Caelum, you can make a Constitution save.
16.
That is enough to no longer be paralyzed.
Cool. Is that the end of my turn?
That is at the end of your turn, yes.
Cool. Shakes his head.
Okay, so then next up, Cori.
How rough does this guy look?
Ristel?
No, the big.
Ristel
the
looks
big one.
great.
Great, good. I'm
So
glad.
handsome.
He's very handsome.
Fun, fresh, sexy.
Oh
I
God.
mean, that's what Arjan said, but not me.
Oh, Knights in the Courtyard. We'll come back to that for sure. That would have been funny. And a little bit racist.
No.
How rough does the beholder look?
It looks pretty injured at this point.
Okay.
It is definitely doing a lot of bleeding. I would say that it is definitely bloodied, most certainly.
Certainly bloodied. Can Arjan fly?
Nope.
Oh, okay. Why does he have wings?
Because we were building up to that, but it never happened.
Because y'all
Whoops.
die.
Hey now. It could still happen. I'm gonna cast.
Not if we die.
I'm gonna cast Aura of Vitality.
What'd that do?
Well, healing energy radiates from me in an aura from in a 30-foot radius. And until the spell ends, the aura moves with me centered on me, and I can use a bonus action to cause one creature within the aura, including me, to gain 2d6 hit points.
Nice.
It's super good. It's my last 3rd level spell slot, so
Cori, I would also like for you
Nobody
to
die.
make a insight check.
an insight check.
Yes.
For why? I guess I'll find out. How's about a 16?
You recognize that in Ristel's eyes, there is definitely some sort of other thing going on right now. Like him being like, oh man, this beholder is the greatest thing ever. Ah, like you recognize the fanaticism.
Would I happen to recognize like it's the thing that happened to me?
Yes.
So I'm like still laying down. I've got my hand on his face. I'm just gonna kind of slap him a little bit. I'm like, keep it up, big guy. And I stand up and I cast that, and I'm going to double check. Yeah, I am the person with the worst hit point situation, so I'm going to heal myself with a bonus action. Caelum has saved out of his paralysis.
That is correct.
All right, I will do that, and then I'd like to move so that I'm between the beholder and Caelum, if I possibly could.
Because you are on difficult terrain, you get close.
All right, as close as I can get.
Yes.
Is what I'm concerned about.
You're within 30 feet of him now, if you were concerned about that previous.
Okay, that's it for me, unfortunately. That's all I get.
Okay. So Gwen, you are currently a rock. Next up is Ristel.
I'm charmed.
You are.
I've got Cori around me.
That is correct. Cori is walking forward. They seem to have cast a spell, told you thanks, and then began walking forward.
And I can't attack the beholder, but I can help my friends.
The last command you received from the beholder was help the shiny one.
Who's on the beholder? Arjan?
Arjan is, and also Gwen's solidified form.
I want to help the shiny one.
Am I metal or stone? You said metal.
It had a metallic sheen to it, but it is essentially like when you send a rock through a rock tumbler, how it has that very nice varnish along the side. So you're a smooth rock.
Would you call me shiny?
I would.
I would have said rock hard.
Gross.
Oh, I'm not muted, sorry.
Bravo, sir. Bravo. I think you win the entire night.
Oh my god.
I could be wrong. That orc joke was pretty good earlier, though, by Jordan. But that sealed the deal. So good job. Captain, my captain. Okay, I don't play D&D. No, I play D&D all the time. But I don't know the rules. I make it up as I go. Does Dispel magic work against petrification?
It does not.
I think it's greater restoration.
Greater restoration, yeah.
Yep.
I would like to. So here's another thing. This is a stretch. So if you don't agree with this, it's okay. You said protect the shiny one, but there's like a bunch of garbled things in the air. People are yelling. He hears shiny, and he turns to the beholder. He's like, oh, you want to be shiny? And he casts fairy fire on it.
I'll say yes.
There you go.
Okay.
It needs to make a dexterity saving throw.
Okay. It fails.
All right, it is, and I'm assuming Arjan also needs to make a dexterity saving throw, and I'm
Yes.
assuming Gwen fails that and just starts glowing.
Instantly, yes.
Yeah.
Five.
You fail, so you are glowing. The fairy or the beholder is glowing. I have lost my telekinesis powers, but you're all glowing, and so you have advantage on attacks against this beholder. And I'm just like, you boss, you look great.
And
That's my turn.
it looks at you with such contempt and begins to shriek and is going to send an I-beam towards you, Ristel, on its turn. It does not like the shiny that you have made it.
+3.
Because you were within paladin range. I need you to make a dexterity save.
That is 11
Okay.
with the +3.
Sounds good.
I'm rolling like a
tried.
typical Jordan.
So its eye stalk looks down towards you, and it says, I'm going to need better pets! And you see this, it is a beam that has the depth of the void as it uses a death ray on Ristel. So it is going to roll 10d10
Ooh. Oh, fuck.
for 62 points of damage.
Okay. 4 health.
Oh my god, you.
Good news,
But-
he hasn't been hit yet.
Wait, let's
This
make a
breaks the charm.
concentration check. Oh wait, that's a natural 1. He's
So-
not glowing anymore.
He's no longer glowing, but you are no longer charmed.
Son of a bitch.
All right. And then it is going to try an I-beam against you, Arjan, for its second beam. Arjan, make a dex save.
20.
Okay. So
Even with the -2 from slow, a 20.
sweet deal, because that was another death ray. Or no, it has to repeat its save. Sorry. So an 8 is still a dex save. So you feel your muscles tensing up as it tries to petrify you as well. Luckily, you managed to shake it off. And then towards Caelum, I need you to make a wisdom save against being charmed.
Got advantage. Suck a dick. No means no.
+3.
Yeah. Sorry. 1 sec.
During this, I would like to. I'm looking at Cori's because I wanted to see your hit points. What is the fuck plants attack? I'm just a little curious about that.
Nice.
I know I.
Knights in the courtyard.
24.
Okay. 24, you are fine. Okay, so you are not charmed by this creature. Next up is the lair action. And Arjan, directly above you, you see that an eye appear in the ceiling. And I need you to make a Constitution save.
Twelve.
12?
I think. Yeah, 12.
Okay. So you are going to be taking the full amount for 28 points of necrotic damage. And that is it for the lair action's turn. Arjan.
Didn't Gwen give you true strike arrows?
No.
No?
They were just arrows with little slits in them that he could like put like acid or whatever in it.
I don't think so.
It
That
was.
last year.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, you had just written names on the sides of each of the bolts.
I thought they were true strike arrows.
No.
Sorry, let me try this again. Didn't she give you true strike arrows?
We play fair here, Jordan, and that's why we're all dying.
Hold on.
Okay.
He also has walloping ammunition that can knock this thing prone, but I'm assuming a floating eyeball cannot be knocked prone.
That would be correct.
If what you're saying is correct, Gwen, I have not been told about it.
You're muted. I don't think she does.
My family's nice.
Also,
Okay.
I'm trying to read the slow description. I guess it doesn't matter because the spell didn't hit, but if I do try to cast a spell, I need to roll a d20 for it. So that's cool.
That is, you are not affected by the slow spell. It is a different condition.
Then I need you to tell me about it because it's not on DDB.
Your speed is halved for 1 minute. You can't take reactions, and it can take either a bonus action or an attack action on its turn, but not both. And then you repeat the saving throw at the end of each of your turns.
That would have also been good to know. So can I make my save from last turn?
Yes.
Natural 20.
Okay. You are no slow for your turn that is now, which is good. I'm sorry.
Y'all saw I did not touch this. I know I'm very frustrated, but again, we play fair here.
Look at that boy. Point, 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 point.
So shit, okay. Bonus action, light my claws. Taking the attack action. 18.
Okay. 18 just hits.
Three points of piercing. 4 points of fire. Second attack. 16.
16 does not hit.
Okay. Got the one.
Okay. Sounds good. Caelum.
Second first, same as the first. I'm hitting this thing with a Nevermore level. Not Nevermore. Wow. Guiding Bolt level 3. Does a 17 hit?
A 17 does not hit.
Fuck.
And it is going to make a beam attack towards you as a legendary action. I need you to make a dex save.
+3.
Yeah. Yeah. Four.
It hits you with a slowing ray, which, because there was confusion about it last time, I will also point out it doesn't affect your AC. You can take an action or a bonus action. You can't make reactions. And your speed is halved for the next minute, and you can make saves at the ends of your turns. But because it used a legendary action after your turn has already ended,
I have to wait.
next turn. Yes.
Okay.
So then next up is Cori.
Me. Okay. All right. Ooh, geez. Oh, gosh. Oh, dear. All right. So I don't think that Arjan is within range. He's not within 30 feet of me, is he?
He is not within 30 feet, no.
How far away is the Beholder buddy?
The Beholder away from you is currently 50 feet. And
Is he-
so 50 feet distance and then 45 feet vertical.
Like up in the air?
Yeah.
Above. Not below. Okay. In that case, I'm going to use my bonus action with my Aura of Vitality to heal myself. And then can I get close? Actually, how close can I get to Caelum? Can I get right up next to him?
Yeah.
All right. So the bonus action is going to be for myself. Ristal. He's back, right? He's back in the land of the living.
Yes. Not dead.
Oh, I never left.
Well, I mean,
It's close.
he's back in the land of on our side.
So excited to be here.
Bonus action, I'm healing myself with the Aura of Vitality, and then standard action, I'm healing Caelum with a Cure Wounds. And I'm gonna look over at. Well, let me roll this real quick because I can't do all of these things at once in my head. Caelum, you're getting 10 hit points as she places a hand on him and he glows. Can I see from here that Gwen has been petrified?
You have noticed a severe lack of yelling, shouting, and expletives within the last 25 minutes or 25 seconds or so.
That's never good. You, new friend, with the eyeballs on the robes, make sure she doesn't fall in the lava, or him from that matter.
How? Stay up there. Listen to me. Don't fall.
Can't you do magic?
And he like puffs up like doves or I don't know. He's like, well, of course.
Okay, that's all I can do on
It
my
would be
turn.
bats because there's never been doves in the Underdark.
I'm
Wait,
an
no.
unorthodox drow.
They're pigeons because pigeons find their way into fucking everywhere.
They're all over wherever the city I'm from that I forgot the name of. Yeah.
Tevelion.
There you go. That's it. I should have done more homework. I'm sorry.
That's okay.
Igor. And don't invite me back, please. I'm sorry.
I will. All right, so Cori, that was it for your turn. Next up, Ristal.
LB says I'm never coming back, so I need to know that I'm okay.
She's only saying that because she's made of stone.
My turn. Okay. I'm not charmed.
You are no longer charmed.
Okay. I would like to cast a spell. This is my last spell slot. It is a delightful ditty called Enervation. A tendril of inky darkness reaches out from me and touches a creature that I can see within range. So I'm gonna make a spell attack. No, it makes a dexterity saving throw. Sorry.
Okay. So it got a 13.
All right, my DC is 16, so it failed. And this inky black tendril tentacle thing latches onto it, and I have to move this so I can see it. 15, 16, 23 points of necrotic damage.
Okay.
And I heal half of that. So I heal 11
So,
as I drain the life from it.
and that you do, as you drain the last of this creature's life.
Yes.
So,
And I say, Ganador be praised, heal me! And then the life just like siphons into me and I feel like $1 million. It's great.
okay, so, as you are absorbing this thing's life force from this long, inky black tendril that you have just shot out towards this creature, it begins to shrivel, and it no longer is hovering and eventually just rests on the ground. Arjan, you and Gwen hear the sound of... Arjan, you hear the sound of... It's like a sizzling noise. Almost like a fuse. And then as soon as the fuse ends after this... You hear this... And as the popping sound occurs, you see that this beholder, wrong aberration, begins to crumple in and fold in on itself, Gwen's hands are no longer holding on to anything, and you just rest on the ground with a clattering sound. But this beholder, dying on a plane that was not its, just seems to shrivel up into a small ball, and with that popping noise just disappears. And you guys are no longer in combat.
Am I still slowed?
Make another dex save.
Natural 1.
You're still slowed, but it lasts for a minute, and at this point, now that we are out of combat, it just sort of fades away after a time. But you have successfully defeated this here beholder.
This is a great scene, because like the beholder has like now just sort of floated down out of view. And like Caelum is behind Cori in slow motion, like still reacting to a beholder up in the air, just like, and like Cori just, okay, wow, that was quite the, hello, you can call me Cori.
As she says that,
yes.
a guiding bolt launches from Caelum's fist into the air.
Yes, nice to meet you, Cori. I'm Ristel. That was exciting, but am I the only one for a while there? That was a really cool beholder. Like, we could have been good friends, him and I. Like, just good man up there.
I mean, like, I'm seeing all of the eyes on your robes. It seems like you had a lot of synergy.
Yeah, he could have been a good follower. He could have been a good
Get what you came here for.
Oh, well, that's further into the temple.
Then go.
No, I feel like
Ristel,
I'm...
You know that, like, the beholder was the only thing that was in there. It was that,
Okay.
and the troll, you know, like, you can go in, search for your thing,
Okay.
no problem. So
Cori,
Do I know where it is?
Make an investigation check as you're kind of, like, going in. You have a good general idea.
Am I going into the beholder's lair? Or the
X-layer.
other place?
Yes.
Okay. Man, I'm rolling terrible, but I'm good at investigation. No, I'm not. +4, that is a 14.
All right, so I'll say with a 14, you also feel a call from your patron to kind of direct you to where you need to go. And sifting through what looks like a bookshelf that has been knocked over, you see what you've been looking for. It is this thick glass tube that has 2 grayish caps on the ends that look like they are the color of granite, but touching them, they are a metallic smooth. And inside is this greenish morphing liquid that doesn't seem like it is. It's non-Newtonian fluid, effectively, and it just sort of is going in between. But you know that you have found what you were looking for.
I run back out to my newfound friends, and I hold it up, and I'm like, "Look, Kirsten's blessing! Kirsten's blessing!" And I unscrew it and just start guzzling it, drinking it as fast as I possibly can.
Oh God.
Okay. And quickly ingests all of the liquid into it. So, Ristel, what happens when you receive the blessing?
I like my entire body you said it was a green ooze?
Yeah, it was
so
like
my
a
entire body
lime green.
turns green for a little bit, and you kind of see it like seep out of my pores, and then it like sucks back into my body, and I'm back to being the darker drow that I am. And I turn to my newfound friends, and I'm like, that very exciting. Thank you so much. If you don't, I mean, I'm okay. I could go. Is that, I mean, we're good?
Pick
Your
someone.
friend's a little stoned, but she'll come out of it.
Will she?
Okay, bye. And he turns into a puddle of ooze and slides away as fast as he can.
And as Ristel is quickly sliming his way away from this very delicate situation, that is where we are going to call it for tonight's session. So I would like to say, Jordan, thank you so much for joining us as Ristel the Ooze Man. I am excited. I want to know where. I want to know when we're gonna see Ristel again. This has been.
If you ever want me back, let me know. 'Cause it will be fun.
I loved it. I loved it so much. So, that is the end of our show, everybody. So let's go.
Nope.
Let's go into our sign-offs. Hey, RJ, where can we find you? What do you do?
Hey everybody, I'm RJ here on the channel, but you can catch me at RJustice282 on Twitter and Twitch, where I tweet the nerdy things in my life and play Overwatch sometimes with some of those people here. You can catch me, of course, today as Caelum, the Shatterkai Wizard Cleric. Tomorrow we're playing War of the Spark, where our Waterdeep characters are in Ravnica. You can catch myself and LBHackEmUp over on G Game Nights with a K this Sunday at 7, where we play Pursuit of the Black Kestrel. It's a Pathfinder 2nd edition game. I play a hot, and when I mean hot, I mean fiery, ragey boy. Also, did we get Archoned?
Archon the Cruel? No.
Maybe a little.
No. This is fine. He didn't show up, cut an eye stalk off of a beholder, slap it onto himself, and then peace.
Fair enough.
Yeah. He was a good boy.
I'm LBHackEmUp. You can find me at LBHackEmUp on the Twitters. I've just posted my new schedule, which might be changing in February-ish. And I am playing Stoned Girl on Monday nights. On Tuesdays, I'll be playing Ghost, my sexy character. Friday this week, I'll be on Dammit Berry's channel. We are doing Ghost of Saltmarsh. I have an Ghost of Salt. Sorry, I invoked the name. And then on Sunday we will be doing G Game Nights, where I play the atypical mean girl who is a pretentious noble, and I love it. DanaeKeener.com.
Hi! I'm Cyber, and I promise I'm not as mad as my character is. You can find me on Twitter at CyberWolf1. I shitpost. Twitch.tv/CyberWolf1. I play video games badly and talk about lore. I want to start Castlevania. We're doing that. The Lords of Shadow. Archives of that, go to YouTube, youtube.com/CyberWolf1. There's D&D Beyond, homebrew tutorials, and the podcasts that I call with and now. Let's talk about it. Get drunk, do parkour, talk about stuff. I'm halfway through editing an episode. It's really exciting. I'm on the DM's Guild. I do stuff on Patreon, some little design work. And for RPG stuff, I'm here on Mondays playing this guy who's, I promise he's not usually this angry. It's just been a bad day. He couldn't kill his rival. And then all this shit happened. I'm also here on Thursdays playing Ghost of Saltmarsh. I play Albus, the Simic hybrid sorcerer, Aboleth, who's trying to be the daddy he wishes to see in the world. And then starting in February, not the first weekend of February, but the next weekend, I think I'm going to be on a 5th edition Tal'Dorei game run by Pro Restarter on twitch.tv/ProRestarter. It's going to be a good time. DanaeKeener.com.
Speaking of DanaeKeener.com, hi everybody, I'm Danae Keener of the fabled DanaeKeener.com. I do nerdy drawings mostly related to D&D and a lot of things on this channel. You can find me here on Mondays playing Coriander, the Elegant Paladin, or on Tuesdays playing as Daka, the Barbarian Rogue Centaur, during our War of the Sparks campaign. Until next week, I can't cast Greater Restoration, but I know someone who can. DanaeKeener.com.
Hey everybody, it's me, your buddy, your pal, your old friend, Jordan with a silent PH in the middle. And I run a YouTube channel on D&D lore. It started out as Forgotten Realms lore, but then I got interested in other things. So now it's Eberron lore lately, which is a lot of fun. I just did a video on Sharn. You should check it out. I also run a I should say I co-host a podcast called the Saturday Morning D&D Show with Mr. Lucian from Sir Lucian Gaming, and we talk about all things. We just celebrated our 100th episode, 3 years of the Saturday Morning D&D Show. So good. Check us out Saturday mornings, 9 a.m. Pacific, or on the YouTube. You can watch a show whenever you want, or on the podcast, wherever podcasts are free. You can check us out. Particularly if you check out the 100th episode, we are having a giveaway of $100 worth of RPG merchandise from Dice Dungeons, and they were really great to sponsor us. So enter, see if you win, and if you do win, take a bunch of pictures of all the stuff you win and tell us about it on Twitter. That is who I am. I also have stuff on DM's Guild, and I have a Patreon. I'm literally Jordan with a PH in the middle on every social media you could probably find. So, and now people are going to be like, I didn't see you on MySpace, Jordan. DanaeKeener.com.
All right, and if you have made it this far, you probably already know who I am. But if you don't, hey, fella, wait a second. This has already been said. I'm the Indoor Adventurer. You can find me here as the showrunner at twitch.tv/Indoor Adventures. We do shows like this Monday, Tuesday, and Thursday at 5:30 p.m. Pacific Standard Time. We got our homebrew game. We got our Waterdeep War of the Spark game on Tuesdays, where I use all of my knowledge of Magic the Gathering to send my friends through a veritable hell. And on Thursdays, we play Ghosts of Saltmarsh. It is a wonderful set of games, so consider checking it out. We also have a Patreon set up. So if you would like to help support the show, consider going to patreon.com/indooradventures, where you can gain access to our after show called Nights in the Courtyard, where we answer questions not only from the community, but also from each other. And before we head out, I would like to say thank you to these players for putting up with my bullshit once again this week. Thank you to Jordan for agreeing to be our guest. We're sorry, we were mad. And thank you to this audience for stopping by. And of course, thank you to this audience for all of the subs in the chat. It was really scary earlier to see, but like in a good way. So thank you. And we will see.
Hype train.
Hype train. And we will see all
Indoor,
you guys.
can I say one more thing?
Yes.
I haven't said this anywhere else,
Yeah.
but I'm going to start streaming a show in February. D&D 5th edition. I just got all of my players, and one of your players, or one of my players is one of your players. The famous LBHackEmUp is going to be playing Rod of the Seven Parts, which is going to be a Greyhawk adventure from 2nd edition that I am translating into Forgotten Realms for 5th edition. And it's going to be a lot of fun. And we're going to start in February, pending I can figure out my life with a baby and everything else. So I'm very excited. We're going to be streaming on Nerd Immersion's channel. So check that out and follow me on Twitter for more info on more streaming fun stuff.
Yes.
First time I've ever DM'd a game online. So it's going to be awesome.
If you need any tips, you came to the right place. All right. I'm excited to watch that. And you guys should go check out Nerd Immersion as well. They're good people. And we'll see all of you guys next time. All right, everybody. Bye-bye.